Well, imagine going in for what you think is going to be a normal routine visit to the doctor, but within hours you are being rushed to the hospital for life-saving surgery. It happened to our next guest, who's here with his amazing story of survival. So please welcome to GMT this morning, Jesse Vasquez and Dr. Adam Kaplan. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Jesse, I think this is so interesting because you considered yourself a pretty healthy guy.
Absolutely.
I mean, you ate right?
Turkey burger and broccoli for lunch every day.
And what about exercise?
3 times a week.
Okay, so let's talk about that day where you decided you needed to go in to see Dr. Kaplan.
Well, I had been experiencing a burning sensation on the right side of my chest that was really minor, nothing to be alarmed about, and I mentioned it as an afterthought to Dr. Kaplan, and he suggested that we do a stress test. So we agreed to do that, went in that day, and had that performed, and to my surprise, with some pretty life-threatening results.
Let's go to you, Dr. Kaplan. So you decided to administer him on the stress test, which we have here today. We have Kai from Frontera demonstrating how it works for us.
Yes.
At what point did you know, first of all, when you needed to put him on the bike?
Okay, well, first and foremost, I want to tell everybody that, you know, they need to listen to their body. When Jesse came to see me, it was very clear that he was not only having some chest pain with exercise, but he was also having some shortness of breath, and he had a positive family history of coronary artery disease, and also had a history of some hypertension, which, to Jesse's credit, he worked on with exercise and eating right and lowered that down. So I felt that although the symptoms were atypical, it was best that we go ahead and stress test him to make sure that he was going to be okay.
So Jesse hops on the bike. Normally this test runs an hour. Did Jesse go the full hour?
Oh no, Jesse only went for about 3 minutes. 3 minutes? Only 3 minutes.
Okay, so how did you know the red flags were raising up? Something was really wrong.
Well, at 3 minutes, when we do this test, we have little stickers on our chest, and we're following Jesse's electrical activity of his heart, and his heart electrical activity was changing dramatically very quickly, and we knew that we needed to get him off of the bike and get him help right away.
What did you say to him?
Well, when I went in and I spoke to him, I told him that he definitely had blockages in the arteries that were leading to his heart, and that we were going to call 911 and get him over to the hospital as soon as possible.
And Jesse, your reaction to that?
You could have blown me away. I was like, me? I just was stunned. You know, keeping myself healthy, I just never thought it would happen to me.
Right, and we're not just talking a small blockage. Weren't some like 99% blocked?
Yeah, so two of my arteries were 100% blocked, one was 99% blocked, so I was a walking time bomb.
Wow. It's amazing. All right, tell us about this machine. I think we're so used to seeing the stress tests that are in the form of more of a treadmill.
Yes. Well, let me tell you, this company here is Frontera, and they come into my office and they offer a mobile exercise tolerance test that I otherwise would not be able to offer in my office. And they administer these kind of tests throughout Texas and Oklahoma. And what is great about this test is that it offers a test right away in my office, usually within 2 to 3 business days.
Don't have to go to a specialist.
They don't have to go to a specialist.
And
they
how
can be
accurate
evaluated.
Is it?
It's just as accurate as a treadmill stress test. And what's great about the test is that more people can actually do this test because, as you can see, it's a non-weight bearing test.
Right.
So if they have any knee problems or anything like that, they can go ahead and get this done. The other thing that's great about this test is, as you can see, he has a mask on his, covering his face.
Right.
This actually tests not only his heart, but also his lungs. So we get a cardiopulmonary evaluation. We're getting actually a full evaluation of the patient, where a traditional stress test, you're only going to see an evaluation of their heart.
We have about 40 seconds left. I wanted you to tell our viewers what symptoms they should be looking at and not ignoring where they might need this test.
Right, absolutely. Anybody who has a discomfort, usually in the center of their chest, but any chest pain at all. Really, if they're having a squeezing sensation or a pressure that lasts more than a couple of minutes, or that's radiating outside of the chest, usually to the left arm or left shoulder or jaw, any shortness of breath with exercise, any impending doom, they need to see their doctor right away.
Jesse, I know you credit this for really saving your life.
It saved my life. It sure did. I just can't thank these guys enough for finding this for me.
because goodness knows what would have happened had you had to have come to a specialist. May not have had the time.
Exactly.
All right. Our thanks to both of you and Frontera for making this possible today. We really appreciate it. And to find out if your doctor carries the Frontera stress test, you can go to teamfrontera.com. All right, still